guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, my name is Dana and this is Howard. You are getting goobers all over my shirt. I have been trying to be a really good little pony this past week and a half, and upload 3 times a week. So if you guys would like to stay up to date with all of my new videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. Dude, you're distracting me, but you're so cute. But today's video is going to be the ride or die makeup tag. I'm sure many of you guys have already seen this video floating around, but I've been getting several requests on both Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. If you guys aren't following me on those platforms, I will have them linked down below. I've been trying to step up my Snapchat game and talk to you guys more often on there, so be sure to stop by and say hello. But anyways, getting into it, if you guys aren't familiar with the ride or die makeup challenge, basically you're supposed to give your like ride or die holy grail product for each category. I did really well for most of them. I think there was like 1 or 2 categories where I was kind of like stuck. I'm like, okay, well, if I have really dry skin on this day, then I'd want this. Or if I was more on like the normal greasy side, then I want this product. The very first product I'm going to talk about is primers. This happened to be one where I had 2 separate ones. When it comes to primers, I personally prefer ones that are more moisturizing and illuminating over ones that are like thicker and do the whole like kind of pore blurring silicone based feel. So I have 2 here. Now, as much as I still love the Becca Backlight Primer, I think I love this one more. If you guys caught in my last video, which was the huge Korean beauty skincare haul, I mentioned this. So this is newer to my collection, but after using it for about 2 weeks, I can say this is definitely reigning over the Becca one. This is holy grail status right here. It's the VDL Lumi Layer Primer. Now, when I looked on stylekorean.com, it was no longer available on the site. I did find it on Amazon though, and it was sold directly through VDL, so surely that means it's like the legit one. If you're a fan of the Becca Backlight Primer, I think you would really enjoy this one. Consistency wise, it is similar. This one is just slightly more like gel-like, and instead of having more of a golden glow, this has more of like an opaly type feeling. In fact, in that Korean haul, I did a side-by-side swatch just so you could really see the color. But this I love. It says Lumi Layer Primer because it's supposed to give this like plumping effect. I can't really say that that's true, but it definitely gives your skin just this gorgeous, fresh, illuminated looking feel. It feels nice and moisturizing on the skin, so this I love. Plus the scent is amazing. Now, in the winter months when I'm really dry, I like to go in with something that is very just like moisturizing and like a really thick, heavy serum type feel. So for those moments, I reach for the IT Cosmetics Feel the Moment Anti-Aging Ultra Hydrating Sensory Awakening Primer Serum. There's actually 2 or 3 primers from IT Cosmetics if you prefer more of like the pore blurring and like thicker type of feeling primers. There's one, I think it's like the number 50 primer. It comes in similar packaging except for it's white instead of this like clear type of pink gel serum. But this is incredible. If you have dry skin and you really just want to nourish and hydrate your skin, this would be a great one. For my ride or die foundation, I chose the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation. I have loved this foundation for years and years. The only thing is it doesn't come with a pump. You have to purchase that separately, which I think is kind of annoying because I believe this foundation is like $40 to $45. If you guys are curious, I wear the shade Medium 1 Punjab, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that, but I love this. It's a medium to buildable full coverage foundation. It's gorgeous and glowy on the skin. It's a very nice natural finish without being overly dewy. I can't say enough good things about it. I absolutely love it. It's so comfortable to wear. I find it to be long lasting even in a humid climate. So this hands down is my ride or die foundation. I hate that you guys can see this little mess right here, but I didn't want to set up the table on the side just because since Mr. Howie is in here right now, I know he would like be knocking it down or doing something crazy, so just deal with me for right now. Okay, for my concealers, I have a face concealer and then a under eye concealer. For my under eye concealer, I chose the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer. I tend to have like crepey under eyes. I know a lot of people have them, but mine, I think I did it to myself. I get like the itchiest eyes at night, and instead of being like delicate and ladylike and patting it, I go in like a freaking beast and I just rub that shiz like there's no tomorrow. So I've definitely noticed that I have more pronounced under eye wrinkles, and I noticed that something like this that is more lightweight tends to not crease as much as something really heavy like the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer or the Tarte Maracuja Under Eye Concealer. While I like those tend to crease way more than this does. If I go face concealer, I like to use this when I get blemishes, and recently I've been liking to use it right around the sides of my nose. I've been getting redness there, and then if my cheeks just look a little bit just like blah even after I apply the foundation and I'm just wanting a little bit more coverage, especially when filming, I love to go in with the Becca Ultimate Coverage Concealing Cream. This one is in Macadamia. It is just a pot concealer. This stuff is potent. It is like straight up pigment. You only need the tiniest bit. I'll lightly go in and just barely bounce a clean beauty blender in it, and I'll use that 1 pound for like everything on my face. So mainly just right here. I'll notice sometimes I get a little bit of like patchiness, just uneven looking discoloration type of stuff going on, and if I just want to fix that and brighten it up, I will go in with this. For my under eye setting powder, hands down, holy grail is the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. I use mine in translucent extra coverage. I used to use this powder in high school as like my face powder. I didn't wear any liquid foundation. I would just apply this basically on top of moisturizer, like a really light dusting, just to even everything out. The only thing is the scent is incredibly strong. When you're first applying it, you'll really notice it, but after that, it kind of like simmer down some. So what I like to do is use my damp beauty blender, just lightly dab the little pointy side in there, and then just place that right onto my under eyes, and then let it sit there and bake for a couple minutes. A lot of you guys will tell me that you have a hard time finding it. If you can't find it at Walmart, it's in Walgreens. But instead of being like with the normal face powders, at least at my personal, or not my personal, my local Walgreens, they place them under the clear nail polish and like the nail polish drying spray. I don't know why that's such a weird location, but if you haven't checked there before, do it, because you might find it there. Okay, now for an all over face powder. This is the, ooh, you are dirty. Now number 30 Natural Translucent 2 Natural Finish Loose Powder. My friend Mrs. Lola Lynn got me hooked on this. One day I was at her house. I don't know if we were like cleaning out her makeup stuff or she was just like, here, use this. I tried it, instantly fell in love. It's incredible. Another product that will last you forever because you only need the tiniest bit. It's super, super finely milled, but it somehow like works this witchcraft magic and like blurs out your pores. It's so nice. It doesn't feel heavy on the face. It gives you coverage without feeling and looking cakey or heavy. I love it. It's definitely a pricey powder, but I think it's worth it. I've had this for like 2 years now, and I think I'm just now hitting the halfway point. Okay, for bronzer, this is the NARS Laguna bronzer. This just came in like special packaging. It's the Tahiti bronzer, but it's in the shade Laguna. I've gone through, I wanna say 2 of the normal size pans of these, and then this is just a larger one with a mini Ita brush in it. You can't go wrong with this bronzer. It's nice because it's not too warm, it's not too cool. It's a bronzer that I like to use to like warm up all of my face as well as contour with. It is the bronzer that I'm wearing today. Most of these products I am wearing. I think the only thing that I'm not wearing today is the eyeshadow palettes, because that was one where I really had issues with. So blushes, I picked 2 only because I wanted to give you a matte option as well as like a shimmery option. But if I could only pick one of these, it would be this one right here. You guys are probably so sick of me talking about this bronzer, or not bronzer, blush, because every time I like talk about a blush, I feel like I talk about the Laura Geller blushes because they are that amazing. These are from Laura Geller, and it's the Blush and Brighten blush in, how many times can I say blush? I mean, really. Pink Grapefruit. I have 3 or 4 of these like in different shades, but this one is hands down my favorite. Almost like a blush and highlight swirled into one, just because it gives this gorgeous like luminous finish. If you like MAC Warm Soul, I think you would really like this one. This tends to have more of like a pinky tone, more so than like the mauve that Warm Soul has, but I'm telling you, it's incredible. As you can see, it has veining in here just like Warm Soul has veining, right? Yeah, I haven't used that in so long. That used to be like my holy grail blush, but ever since discovering these blushes from Laura Geller, like I cannot get enough. I want the entire line. They're incredible. If you're not a shimmery blush person, another great option is Tarte Exposed. If I'm like doing a look and I'm just like, oh, I don't know what blush is gonna match this, I just grab Exposed because I know it'll go whether you're doing like a smoky eye, a bronzy eye, a cool toned look, a warm toned look. It's gonna go. This is such a gorgeous blush, but I will say in the pan, it's like the most like least exciting looking blush, but I promise on your skin it's absolutely beautiful. For highlighters, this was another one that I had 2 only because once again I wanted to show a liquid option and then a powder option. But if I could only pick one, it would probably be this guy right here. This is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal. Personally, I prefer these liquid shimmering skin perfectors over the pressed ones or the poured ones. I just find that they wear a really long time and they just look extra dewy and glowy on the skin. They're so pretty. I cannot get enough of them. Okay, for powders, I think you guys might be a little bit surprised just because I think everyone is picking like Champagne Pop, Prosecco Pop, Opal, Moonstone. But when it comes to powder highlighters, this has been like my ride or die. Kind of newer ride or die, but I still love it. Like this is the powder that I keep using over and over again. I chose this just because the Opal and the Shimmering Skin Perfector is definitely more of like a shabam in your face. So when I use a powder highlighter, I'll either apply this one right on top, or if I'm doing like a no makeup day and I want something a little bit more subtle but still really pretty and glowy, I will use the Laura Geller Baked Highlighter Duo. This is in a French Vanilla and Golden Rose. Ooh, excuse me. Some people said that French Vanilla looked very matte on them. As you can see, it's just not your typical super metallic highlighter, and I think that's what I like about it. You can get these colors individually in little miniature pods, but I'm telling you, the combination is beautiful. I'm sure some of you guys think I'm a cheater for this, but technically it's in one compact, so I'm gonna go with it. For mascara, this isn't that exciting, and mine is especially not exciting looking because Howard got a hold of it, but this is the Maybelline The Rocket Volume Express Mascara in waterproof. That's the important part. The normal Rocket I have purchased before on accident and I hated it, but I have to have waterproof just because my lashes, as I've mentioned a million bajillion times, they are very like droopy and sad and umbrella-like, so I have to have something waterproof that'll like push those puppies up, like, raise the roof. Awkward Turtle. Oh, now I know what I forgot. I forgot my eyeliner. For liquid liner, it's the Stila Stay All Day liquid liner in black. I used to love the Kat Von D Trooper, but I have to say I do prefer the Stila one. When it comes to pencil liners, I would have to say the NARS, is it El Agua? Something like that. The larger than life black liner from NARS is my jam. For brows, I have two products here just because I use both of them every single time. I feel like they perform well together. This is the Surratt pencil. Nobody ever talks about this and I don't know why. It's incredible. What's really sad is that mine finished today. Luckily, I got to finish both eyebrows and then like I was on the tail end and I clicked it up one more time and it was gone. I was devastated. You can just buy like the refill of this and you just place it back into this little thingamajigger. It is a pricey brow pencil, but I have to say this one lasted way longer than like the NYX brow pencils, the Anastasia Brow Wiz, like any other brow pencil I've had. This definitely lasted longer and I guess it should because it's pricey, but this color, I'm pretty sure I was medium brown. I'll link the exact shade down below. You can get this brand at Sephora. Such a good brow pencil. Lasts all day. The color is perfect. I like the way it applies. It's not too dry. It's not too waxy. It's my fave. Okay, and then on top of that, I used to be obsessed with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. While that's good, I've noticed that I like this way more. This is still a semi-new product, but ever since receiving it, I've been using it every single day. I actually already purchased a backup just because I wasn't sure, like, I don't know. Sometimes when I get products like these and I love them that much, I like freak out and I'm like, well, what if they change their mind? They like pull it back and then I'm out of it forever. So I went out and I bought another one. This is the Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer and I use mine in blonde. It has this really interesting like spoon type applicator instead of like a spoolie. It's almost like a spoon shape with like little spikes on it. Actual tint of the brow gel is really nice because it's like ashy, and then the little fibers in it, they're not too crazy. I really like the Benefit Gimme Brow as well, but I have to say this is way more affordable, and I noticed that the gel in this is like stronger. Like it'll actually mold my hairs how I want them more so than the Benefit Gimme Brow. Okay, for lip products, I'm actually missing one. It's in my purse right now. I hope, because that was my last one. For the liquid lipstick is ColourPop Clueless. Absolutely love that color. It's like a dusty, rosy, mauvey shade. Surprise, surprise. What other color would it be? Because you guys know those are my favorites. Okay, but for lip gloss and lip pencil, both are from Charlotte Tilbury. So step one in the lip combo, I'm actually wearing it right now. It probably needs to be reapplied because this has been on for hours now. This is the Pillow Talk Lip Liner, the Reshape and Resize Lip Liner. I love this color because you can overline your lips without looking like a clown. It's a very nice, like your lips but better type of color, so you don't end up with like crazy, like overdrawn, tacky lips. You can just slightly go out of the lines without looking like a busted fool. So I really like it. So I'll line and fill my lips with Pillow Talk, and then on top of it, I'll apply the gloss in High Society. This doesn't really, it's like a very, very subtle smell. I can't even really describe it. Not quite vanilla, but it's just a very light scent. But this on top of this lip liner, I don't know what it is. I swear I can wear this lip color with anything and it just goes. It's just a very natural, your lips but better color, and I think that's why I like it so much. I really struggled. Oh wait, I have to do lipstick. I did lip liner, lip gloss, liquid lipstick, but for the actual lipstick, this is the Marc Jacobs, what are you, Sheer Lip Gel, and I butchered this last time and you guys told me how to say it and I should have looked it up before I filmed this video. I can't remember. Is it Anais? A-N-A-I-S. This is such a gorgeous nude. I absolutely love it. The packaging is pretty. That's not the main reason why I love it. I promise it's because the color and the formula, but this is hands down one of my favorite lipsticks. Now, honestly, I have a million palettes. I love them all. There's not one palette that I always go to over and over again except for this one here. And this isn't an actual like, you know, pre-made palette. This is a palette that I put together and it's like my favorite Makeup Geek shadow. So even though it's not an actual palette, I guess I would just have to say Makeup Geek shadows in general. Like if I could just build my own palette and that's all I could have, I would be happy with that for the rest of my life. There have been times where I'm like, okay, Dana, step away from the Makeup Geek. You're looking like a crazy person. You have all these other shadows. Stop neglecting that. So I basically gave myself an intervention and like made myself not use Makeup Geek shadows for a good, I want to say it's solid 2 months. I'm getting back into these puppies. For an actual built palette, this is still a newer release. I want to say it's definitely still a hot product here on YouTube. But this is the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, and I picked this one because these shades are my jizzy jam. Like anything that's like warm and like cranberry and orange and gold, this has everything in it. Alright y'all, so that was my ride or die tag. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you guys have a channel, then I tag you to do this. Make sure to tag me on Twitter or Instagram. I would love to watch. I always like getting recommendations from y'all. And yeah, if you don't make videos, then you could always just like type up a little list and leave it in the comments down below so I could read them. I do my best to answer like all the comments. Obviously sometimes it's impossible to get every single one, but most of the time when I upload a video, I'll try my best to answer like every comment for the first hour, hour and a half, just because I love interacting with you guys. But yeah, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day and I will see you in the next one. Bye!